Good day, my friends, and I welcome now back to the channel. Today we will discuss part 2 of our talk, where we will talk about bacteria and their nutrition. Today we will talk about what they call heterotrophic bacteria. Now, we don't do video where we've been discuss autotrophic bacteria, and if you go watch that video, go look wetin we don't talk for that video. But for this video, we will focus on heterotrophic bacteria. Now, autotrophic, heterotrophic, we know say all these things na biological terms wey get meaning. If you say heterotroph, that means say the organism no dey fit produce its own nutrients or its own food by itself. No, rather they live off or feed off the nutrients wey other organisms don't produce. Now, for bacteria, we get three major groups of bacteria. We get one, saprophytic bacteria, we get symbiotic bacteria, and we get parasitic bacteria. Now, very quickly, the saprophytic bacteria, just as we know from our biology, now bacteria wey dey feed on dead and decaying materials, whether na human beings, whether na animals or plants, any organic matter wey don dey dead and wey dey decay, these bacteria dey go dey feed on them. And how dey take feed on them? These bacteria, many of them possess wetin they call hydrolytic enzymes. So they use those enzymes dissolve all the nutrients wey they need for the body of that dead or decaying matter, and they go dey absorb these nutrients and they use them for their own processes. We get many examples of bacteria wey dey do things like that. We get examples such as our Zygomonas, our Acetobacter, and our Bacillus subtilis. Now, examples of bacteria wey be say they live off dead and decaying matter. Secondly, we get wetin they call symbiotic bacteria. Now, these are the bacteria wey be say they live in wetin biologists or microbiologists they call symbiotic relationship, meaning say they provide some benefits for their host, and the host too they give them some benefits. So that kind of relationship they favor both parties. A very good example now our Rhizobium. Rhizobium na bacteria wey we dey find for the roots of leguminous plants, plants like our beans, cowpea, na examples of leguminous plants, and we dey find rhizobium for their roots. Now, wetin rhizobium dey do for the roots of this bacteria na say the rhizobium dey help to fix nitrogen, to make nitrogen wey dey for inside the atmosphere available for these leguminous plants. So if you don't do that, the leguminous plants go fit take up these nitrogen compounds, they use them for the different processes wey they do. Now, as they use them for the different processes, the plants go dey produce different materials, and as they produce different materials, the rhizobium go dey take from these materials wey the plant dey use, they feed off this material. So this kind of association na wetin we dey call symbiotic relationship. Now, the last and final one na parasitic relationship. Now, this kind of bacteria, we know say many bacteria na parasitic bacteria, meaning say they go find their way into living organism, come dey live off that organism, they take all the nutrients and no get any benefits wey they give the organism. Sometimes they fit dey cause harm, illness, sickness, or injury to the living organism. Examples plenty, such as our Mycobacterium tuberculosis, our Streptococcus, Neisseria gonorrhea. All these organisms wey dey cause illness and sickness for plants, animals, and humans, we know say many of them na parasitic bacteria dem be. Thank you very much for listening to this our lecture. Have a wonderful day, and it's good to see you. Thank you.